Okay, so today I want to show you the behind the scenes of me actually filming a TikTok video that went on to get 2.5 million views and made me $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And to top this all off, there's going to be a really cool surprise at the end of this video worth $6,000 I want to give you for free. Now, I was able to get 4.5 million views across 3 videos, and now I make $20,000 a month just by posting content and by building a personal brand. And I'm running a free 2-hour masterclass that will show you exactly how I make $20,000 a month doing this, so you can copy me and do exactly the same thing. Now, I'm limiting spots on this class to only 100 people, so if you want to come along, click the first link down below in the description and register. Now, I want to try and teach you 3 really important things from this. Number 1, I've actually got some behind the scenes footage of me actually making this viral video, which is a really unique perspective that you're probably not going to see anywhere else. I'm also going to explain exactly what the viral video formula is and how I used it in this video to go ahead and get 2.5 million views. And then finally, I want to show you me actually making money on the day that I posted that video, so stick around for that as well. So the product that I sell is basically an info product that teaches people how to build a personal brand, come up with a product idea, and actually sell it through TikTok content. So now you know what the product is. This is the video that I posted, and it went on to get 2.4 million views. Now, as you can see, I've done this multiple times across a few different videos, but today I'm just talking specifically about this one here. The reason why I'm talking about that is because it utilizes my trend hacking formula. Now, all that really means is finding something that's currently trending that everybody's attention is already focused on, and then piggybacking that attention and then using that content to sell your products. And the king of doing this is Dylan Page. If you don't know who this guy is, he literally just posts content that gets millions and millions of views. You can see 49 million views, 24 million views, 56 million views. And all it is content that's currently trending in the news right now. So as an example, yesterday he posted a video that's gone on to get 6 million views that is talking about the Iranian president. The reason why this is relevant to you and to me is because you can use this kind of level of massive hype and attention to just piggyback on and sell your own products. Around the back end of 2023, Rishi Sunak did a big press conference and announced that A-levels in the UK, which is a higher form of education, is essentially banned, being scrapped and being replaced with something else. You can see that the search term of A-levels banned had a massive spike around the back end of last year. Coincidentally, this is exactly the same time that I posted the video that went on to go and get 2.5 million views. Now, there are basically just 3 ways that you can come up with video ideas that follow this trend hacking formula. The first way is by following people like Dylan Page. We can follow pages like Sky News, and you can basically just copy what they're posting on their page that's currently doing well. So for example, right now, there's a plane that went from London to Singapore that's encountered massive turbulence, dropped 7,000 feet, and 1 passenger died because of it. So that's the kind of video that we can post right now that's probably going to go viral because loads of people are trying to work out what's actually happened. That's method 1, following big news outlets on TikTok and then just seeing whenever they post something and then do the same thing yourself. Method number 2 is following people like Dylan Page, and the reason why he might be slightly better than following ITV News is because these big news outlets will post hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos and not all of them will go viral, whereas Dylan Page kind of just somewhat selects the best stories of the day and only posts a couple of videos a day, which means typically the ones that Dylan selects are the ones that are going to get the most amount of views. Third method, which I actually really like, is using Google Trends, where you can basically find current search terms that are trending in your location. So for example, for me in the UK, as of right now, Singapore Airlines is trending pretty big. And if you want to target the US, for example, you can just find what's trending in the US right now. For example, Caitlin Clark is 100,000 views. Now, realistically, something that has hundreds of thousands of search terms that's pumping up to over 1 million is going to go massively viral. For example, if we look back on Sunday, you can see here that the search term for Iran president got over 1 million searches in the US. Which would somewhat explain why Dylan's video went on to get 6 million views. Those are really the 3 methods to finding something that you can trend hack. So let me try and set the scene before I show you the behind the scenes footage. Rishi Sunak had recently announced that A-levels were going to be banned in the UK. I have a product that teaches young people how to basically make money online. Because my target market is the younger individual, I knew that they're probably going to be on TikTok and they'll be interested in that piece of news. So all I had to do was find a way of tying that topic to my product and then promoting it in that video. That is exactly what I did, so let's roll the tape. I think I've got a potentially viral video idea. I'm super excited, right? So Rishi Sunak has just finished a press conference where he's essentially abolishing A-levels. And this is what I call trend hacking, which basically means that this is like top of mind level stuff. It's like live news that happened about half an hour ago. But yeah, anyway, I'm super pumped. Let's see what happens. So the first thing that I need to do for my video is come up with an idea for a hook, which has to be scroll stopping and capture people's attention and make them want to watch until the end of the video. And I'm just thinking something really simple that these news headlines have already tested because clearly it's working for them is A levels have been scrapped in the UK, or A levels have been banned, or something like that, which is going to be scroll stopping. And it's the first kind of like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And I'm just going to do unfiltered content. I'm just going to stand in front of my wall or something, but I'm also going to use green screen effects as well, just to show this kind of stuff while having me in the camera. All right, so I've just written down a few bullet points of what I'm going to do for the video. To start off with, it's going to be a big bold statement like A levels have been scrapped or something like that. Then I'm going to build fear and build suspense and tension. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to go onto TikTok. Here we go. What I do is I just go under effects and I just use a quick green screen. So we'll use the green screen photo here, and then I'll just put the image behind me in the background, and then we'll just record the video. A levels have officially been scrapped in the UK. All right, so that's the introduction done. Let me just test it. All right, there's no audio for some reason. A levels have been scrapped in the UK.
A levels have been scrapped in the UK.
All right, that'll do for the title. I'm not going to worry too much about it. The information will do the selling for me. All right, I've done the introduction, I've done the fear-mongering part, and I've built the retention. Now I have to come up with a sales angle, which is basically going to sell my product. This comes at a time when teenagers or school students want to stop going to university, they're more entrepreneurial, they want to make more money, and then I'll spin that into an angle of how you can actually start making money online through posting TikTok videos and building a personal brand. And then I'll give them a call to action to go to the link in my bio. All right, so I'm just going to film the last part of the video, and then hopefully I'll show you the whole thing at some point, but I've got to get this out. So let's see how this goes. So things are getting way out of hand. You need to start taking things into your own control. I made £3,000 in 24 hours. If I can do it, you can do it too. This is through building a... See, this is the thing. Just doing it off the cuff, you get it wrong first time. So things are getting way out of hand. People are telling you what to do. Look, I made £3,000 in 24 hours building a digital subscription business. If you want to know how to do that, just click the link in my bio and I'll show you how for free. All right, that'll have to do. I've just got to get this edited and I'll get it out, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the screen, and then we'll post it, and then whatever, I'll keep you updated. As you can see, this one's just gone up to 4,375 views. Now let's go ahead and refresh the page. This one's on 4,375 now. It's been like 10 minutes since we've been viewing this. Let's refresh the page, see what it's on. 6,600. So this one's already doing pretty well. Okay, so this one hopefully will do fairly well. I don't imagine it's going to do hundreds of thousands of views, but we'll see what happens. So this one, let me just click on it.
A levels have
posted this 34 minutes ago. It's driving a lot more engagement. Let's again go ahead and refresh the page. 7,000 views. It's just literally gone up by 200 in the space of about a minute. Right, I don't want to speak too soon, but we're about 35-40 minutes into this video being posted, and it's currently on about 6,500-7,000 views. Obviously, I'm going to try and make this video into a YouTube video at some point in the future. It's October at the moment, so who knows? It'll probably just go into my archive and I'll never put it out on YouTube. But so I'm pretty excited. I'm not super confident because typically what happens is like it'll go up, it'll get a bunch of views really quickly. Maybe it'll hit 20-30,000 views, and then it'll just kind of stop and flatline, and then it doesn't really go much further. So one thing that I want to show you guys is the webinar signups. What I've done is I've directed all of this traffic to that webinar funnel, and we're sitting so far already, right? We've got 6,000 views. Already we're sitting at about 40 signups, which is obscene. So now you've actually seen the behind the scenes of me actually making that video and watching it go viral. I actually want to break down why I made that video and the theory behind it, so you can just copy me and do the same thing. Now there is an actual formula that I follow every single time I produce one of these pieces of content, and it's really simple to do. Step one is you have to find something that's currently trending. That's the second part, is you need to be able to find a way of actually tying that into whatever problem you're solving or whatever product you're selling. So if you cannot see any connection between your product and what you're talking about, don't even bother making the video. Now, this is the viral video formula that I actually give away in my paid program, so you're going to get it for free in this YouTube video. But essentially, when you structure a video, it needs to follow this same framework. Number one, in the first part of your video, you have to have some form of scroll stopper. Now, if you look at my scroll stopper, I have three things that are going to stop the scroll. Number one is going to be what I say. Number two is what you're going to be seeing. And then number three is what you're going to be reading. You're going to read straight away. This will change your life, and you can see an example. This is going to be immediately relevant to every single person that is of the young age that's probably taking exams. Then what I say next will definitely stop the scroll.
A levels have officially been scrapped in the UK.
Now that is what we call an attention grabbing hook. The next thing I have to do is build intrigue and actually provide support for the claim that I've just made. And here's a few ideas for some hooks that you can use. Haunting you footage shows car crash, or I was innocent but it cost me £500,000 to prove it. A hook is super important, and you have to make sure that the hook actually talks about what is currently trending. Or I could just say terrifying news regarding the Singapore Airlines crash that you've probably not heard yet. That is going to build intrigue, and you're probably going to want to know what's happened. The next part of the video is building some form of intrigue and providing support to the claim that you've just made.
I actually can't believe I'm reading this right now, and I'm so glad.
And that's what I do straight away, is I back up the claim that I've made with a news article that says Rishi Sunak axes A-levels and reveals advanced British standard something or other, right? So I've actually supported the claim that I've just made with a news article which shows proof that I'm actually going to deliver upon the promise of this video, that you are actually getting what you came here for. The next part is building some form of intrigue. If I just give away everything in the first part of that video, no one's going to want to watch to the end, which is why I spend so much time basically just saying stuff that doesn't really add any value to the viewer.
I'm no longer a student, and I feel so sorry for anyone watching this who is currently in school, because A-levels are officially no more.
And then you just want to slowly answer your hook, right? But before I show you, let's start at the beginning and then tell the story of how you actually arrived to where you are now.
This is one of the biggest changes to the UK education system that I've seen in a very long time, and count yourself lucky if you're no longer having to do this. Until very recently, you only had to study 3 subjects at A-level, and it could be literally whatever you wanted.
All right, so this is me building context to the story. So I'm planting you in the situation that you already know, which is this is current situation. What is it now going to be? Now you notice we're 40 seconds into the video and I haven't even told you what it's been changed to or what's actually happened. There's been no answer to the hook yet. Instead of just answering every question that they have in their head, once you have your viewers' attention, you want to now sell them. The idea of this video is not to provide answers and clarity and become a news anchor. The idea behind this video is to get them to buy my products.
At the same time that thousands of teenagers no longer want to go to university and they no longer want to get new jobs. If you hate being told what to do, you hate being told the direction you should take your life and how much time you should spend doing it, you need to start something of your own. This is just getting too out of hand. Take things into your own control. I made £3,000 in 24 hours. You can do it as well with a subscription business. Please watch my pinned post.
And that is the last part of the video, which is tie together the video idea with your product and present your link in the bio. Now, I actually presented my pinned post, which is annoying because I would have got a lot more revenue if I just sent the traffic straight to my profile. Okay, so now let's analyze how I actually made $20,000 in MRR from this one video. Now, the way that I did it was actually really unique, and I don't think a lot of people actually do this. So what I've got here is my iPad. I'm going to draw out a few things which are going to hopefully explain this process to you. At the top of the funnel, I have my content, right? This is the video that I actually post online. Now over here, this went on to go and get 2.5 million views. When I post that video, I direct all of my traffic to a simple landing page. So basically, they put in their name and email and they register for a webinar that I run every single week. So now I've collected their name, I've also got their phone number, and I've also collected their email. So every single person that registers for my free class attends a webinar with me on it, and there's also a chat which they can talk in as this class is happening. And at the end of that webinar, I pitch my product, and then a certain percentage will decide to buy my stuff. So let's break down the numbers and I'll show you how this works. Overall, I got 2.5 million views. The most important thing to note here is those views did not come in the space of a 1 week period. If we plot a graph of views versus time, it doesn't go viral like this. What tends to happen is you get an initial spike and then you get different leg ups like this, which means that over a certain period of time, you're actually getting more and more views every single week. So this 2.5 million views actually came over a 3-week period. And the second thing here is when you post content and one video goes viral, every video after that also tends to get an increased amount of views, which means that across the board, every single video that I posted on my account after that point also got more views, and were also directing traffic to that funnel. Now, across all of the content that I posted that month, I got about 3.5 million views. Now on TikTok, I was getting about a 0.4% click-through rate, which means 14,000 people went to my website. Now on average, about 30% of people actually register for my webinar, which means about 4,200 people actually registered. Out of that, only 30% of people actually show up to that class, which means 1,260 people actually turned up to my webinar throughout the course of the month. And here's how I made $20,000. My webinar converts at about 8.5% from TikTok, which means I generated 107 customers, which means I generated $21,400 in MRR, monthly recurring revenue, all from one viral video. And this is why it is so important to learn the skill of social influence. How can you create content that's going to go viral, build a product that people actually want to buy, so you can also repeat what I did and start making money online? Now look, you're probably wondering three things right now. Number one, how do you actually create a product for yourself that you can also sell just like I did? Number two, how do you actually get your videos to go viral on TikTok consistently so you can start making money? And number three, how can you do this without showing your face? And I will answer those three questions for the 100 people that turn up to the free class on Tuesday. If you want to be one of 100, make sure you click the first link down below in the description, put in your name, phone number, and email, and I will send you a link to join. And remember, we have unlimited registrations, but only 100 slots live on that class. So if you want to come along, make sure you write it in your diary and do not forget to turn up. And if you have any other questions on how this actually works, leave it down below in the comments and I will get back to you, and make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.